There it is. Listen, I got to be honest with you right out the gate. This morning, this episode may or may not offend some people. I'm just saying, I'm going to keep it real and I'm going to keep it raw. I'm going to keep it authentic. I'm going to keep it truthful. I'm going to keep it all of those things. But I am just putting it out there that this might be one of those episodes that maybe you don't even hit the share button yet. Just wait until you listen. Make sure it works for you and resonates with you, and then we can share this stuff out, because I'm just putting that out there. I don't want to get any messages behind the scene. Y'all be like, man, we shared today's episode of Rise and Grind and Glenn be talking all kinds of crazy stuff, right? I don't want to do that. So instead, let's just dive right in. This episode number 809. Is that right? 89 or 810? One or the other. It's either 8 or 9 or 810 of hashtag Rise and Grind. Let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? You see, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. That's right. It's Wednesday, also known as CMA Day. Carter Myers Automotive Group, one of the best and my favorite automotive groups on the planet. Today is CMA Day. I get to spend some time with them today, which I'm super excited about. And I want to start today off with a quote, if that's okay. I want to start today off with a quote. This is a quote that came directly from the hashtag Rise and Grind planner. We have a planner that is actually put together by hashtag Rise and Grind members. And every single day, there's a quote at the very top. So when you open it up, you do your gratitude, you do your goals. There's a quote, the way to start off your day. And so I want to start today with that particular quote because I thought it was powerful when I opened it up first thing this morning. And the quote is this: happiness often sneaks in through a door you didn't know you left open. Happiness often sneaks in through a door you didn't know you left open. And what was cool about this quote is this quote was actually submitted by a woman by the name of Dee Hull, which is also my mom. My mom submitted this quote today, and so it was awesome to open my planner and have her submission right there at the top. My mom is a woman who loved me when I was a confused kid. She loved me when I was in and out of jail. She loved me when I was homeless and I had burned every bridge that could possibly be burned. She loved me through and through. And what's amazing is my mom loved me through all the stuff, right? She's the only person that's known me completely broke. She's known me to have some success. She's known me at my weakest. She's known me at my strongest. She's known me through all of it, and she's loved me every step of the way, which is incredible, right? Unconditional love. And now what's amazing is I have 8 children, and my mom is pouring into them on the daily. She lives here in Kentucky now. She helps my wife with the kids, a few days a week. My kids have sleepovers over at her house. Like, she's pouring that same unconditional love into all of my children. And all of my children are different. They have different personalities. They have different things and ways that they ebb and that they flow, different styles of ways that they handle things, sometimes frustrating, sometimes not as frustrating, right? They're all different, but my mom doesn't care. She loves them all the same. She loves them all the same. And it's amazing. And I am truly, truly thankful that my kids get that. Like, I understand not everybody gets that, right? And I am so grateful that my kids get to be loved by this amazing woman. So this week here on #RiseAndGrind, we're in a series called Love. That's the name of this series. That's the theme. That's what we've been talking about. And we talked about a lot of things already this week. We talked about like a global love, right? How love is the one thing that unifies all people around the planet, every language, every culture. There is in every language, all 6,500 different languages, there's the sentence, I love you, exists, right? We talked about that earlier in the week. And we also discussed yesterday a tough love. How important it is to have some tough love, where to be kind is to be clear. We talked about that yesterday, and my goodness, I got a lot of messages yesterday from people. Yesterday's episode apparently really resonated with a lot of people, that it's time to get really clear, and sometimes the best way to love someone is to be clear with them, right? Now, today we're going to take it a step further. So today we're going to discuss love in a very, very, very diverse world. We're going to tackle that topic. How do we love people that don't look like us? How do we love people that don't think like us? How do we love people that don't believe what we believe? So we're going to dive into that today. I think it's going to be a powerful, powerful, powerful episode. Before we do, though, there's one thing we got to do on this show, because we got to get things moving. Let's dance. That's right. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So if you're on Instagram, share it out. If you're on Facebook, share it out. If you're on YouTube, share it out. If you're on Clubhouse, ping, 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 ping. Ping, 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 ping. Go ahead and ping some people into the room this morning. How about that beat? Oh, it's been a little bit since we listened to this one. I felt like this one fit today, though, right? I felt like this one fit. It's got that deep bass line. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, today over on Clubhouse, we have some incredible guests. We have my man Guy Kawasaki is going to be here today on Clubhouse a little bit later. Make sure you check that out. Mr. Jesse Itzler is also going to be with us on Clubhouse today. Super excited to spend some time with him. And my friend Nicola Moras, all the way from Australia, is also going to be with us on Clubhouse today. So make sure you get on over there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Hey, this is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. How you doing, Heather Ivy? Great to see you. What's up, Will Ramsey? I see Krista Bug. I see Tabitha Walls. I see Jama Newhoff and Mike Romano. I also see Liza Myers Bortis and Mr. Dana Fishbein. What's up, Wendy Reeves? I see Josh Cummins is in the house. J.R. White, Kurt Cahill, Angela Heath, Shirley Thomas, Mr. Adam Aarons is up in here. What's up, Michelle Gravely? We got some folks over on Instagram. Anisha Walker, great to see you. How you doing? Myjin ANYC, my man Rodney Hatfield. I also see that Joey Life. And of course, over on Clubhouse, We got a full room, including my friend Igor and Stephanie and Winifred and Jemena. We've also got Marshall and Saheen. Sydney's up in there, and Fernanda. What's up, Angelique? We've got Shannon and Catherine and Jacqueline and Jeannie and Mateo and Anisha and Mathilde and Lily. All kinds of folks up over there on Clubhouse this morning. If you don't know who I am, my name is Glenn Lundy. I'm a husband to one, a father to 8, the host of hashtag Rise and Grind, also the creator of the Rise and Grind group here on Facebook, which is the only place on the internet that I can guarantee you're not going to get anything but motivation, education, inspiration 24/7. I'm also the founder of Breakfast with Champions over on Clubhouse, where we get together Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. And in case you didn't know, I did write a little book called The Morning 5, 5 Simple Steps to an Extraordinary Life. You can download that book for free at themorning5.com. But you're not here for all of that. You're here for an incredible episode of hashtag Rise and Grind. So let's dive in. So talk about 3 very different humans, right? 3 very different humans. So over on Breakfast with Champions this morning, we've got Guy Kawasaki. Now, Guy Kawasaki is an American marketing specialist. He's an author, I think 13 books overall that he's got. He's also a Silicon Valley venture capitalist and was one of the Apple employees originally responsible for marketing their Macintosh computer line in 1984. That guy's going to be with us today. Also, Jesse Itzler, completely different than Guy Kawasaki. Jesse Itzler's an American entrepreneur. He's an author and a rapper. He's the co-founder of Marquis Jet, one of the largest private jet card companies in the world. He's a partner in Zico Coconut Water, and he's a founder of the 100 Mile Group, which is ultra marathoners, and he's also an owner of the NBA's Atlanta Hawks. Totally different dude than my man Guy Kawasaki. Then today we also have Nicola Moraz. Now, Nicola, she describes herself in a very interesting way. Nicola says, "I'm not for everyone, and that's okay." She says, "I'm a swearer. I do outfit mullets all the time, which is fancy on top, active wear on the bottom." She says, "I love luxury and Kmart. I'm a mom of 3 plus a bonus son-in-law. I'm in love with my husband and I'm passionate about helping women achieve independence and create impact. I use all the words and then some more. I laugh a lot. I talk a lot. I'm a pocket rocket, a huge personality in a tiny 5'2" frame. I don't have formal qualifications, but more than $5 million in online sales does that for me, I think. Plus tons of clients who have skyrocketed their visibility and profits kind of does that as well. 3 completely different humans, and yet so much to be learned from each. They each add so much value, not just in their space, but in your space and in my space. Incredibly valuable humans. And you see, to be honest with you, that's probably my favorite part of hashtag Rise and Grind. Like, I believe hashtag Rise and Grind is a true, honest, unforced appreciation and understanding of all humans, no matter what. That's what I believe Rise and Grind is. I put in the word unforced on purpose because there never has been any initiative to be inclusive of a certain color or a certain race or a certain creed or religion or sex. There's never been any initiative for that. It's been unforced. It's natural because that is natural. We're all human. The same in so many ways. And different in the ways that matter most. Our uniqueness is our gift. So much to be learned from each. I believe that hashtag Rise and Grind is a good idea, or as close as we can get to a type of pure love, right? It's a pure love. It's an unconditional, authentic, raw love for one another. Now, that doesn't mean we don't disagree, right? I disagree with people all the time. Some of you probably disagree with me right now, and that's okay. Right? It's not saying we don't disagree, because we do. However, what I am saying is you can go anywhere in the world, and I do mean anywhere in the world. And when you see one of our hashtag Rise and Grind crosses on somebody's t-shirt or their hat or their hoodie or their sweatpants or their coffee mug or in their Insta feed or in their social media, when you see that Rise and Grind cross, it's universal. The love is real. We've seen this. We have seen this thousands of times around the United States and beyond. Old people, young people, black people, white people. We've seen believers and we've seen non-believers. We've seen all of these different people, right? We've seen all of these different people come together over that cross. It's been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So it raises the question, how do you love someone that is potentially so different than you? How do you love someone that is maybe profoundly different than you? I mean, there are all kinds of people, friends. There's gay people, straight people, trans people, bi people, Asian people, American people, African American people, Native American people, black, white, brown, believers, non-believers, tall, short, skinny, fat, and everything in between. How can you love them all? There's crooks and criminals and druggies and dope heads. There's molesters and murderers and pompous a-holes, because I won't cuss on here. There's bureaucrats and politicians. There's athletes and snobs. There's non-athletes, right? There's rich people. There's poor people. There's wealthy people. There's business people. There's homeless people. There's younger people. There's older people. There's people, man. How can you possibly love them all? It's a conflict, right? Like there's a conflict in interest. Look, look. I believe in Jesus. Hello. My name is Glenn Lundy, and I believe in Jesus. Jesus was my path to spiritual enlightenment and has saved my soul. And I am so thankful for him. I believe in Jesus. Now, let's say that you don't. So now what? Now what? You want to bounce? You want to bounce out of the stream? You want to bounce out of the clubhouse? You want to bounce out of the Insta? You want to block me on all your stuff? Like, now what? I believe you don't. Listen, there's a very controversial book that I read, and I'm going to suggest that you read this book too. And some of my Christian friends will get mad at me for this, because this book is like so controversial in the Christian world. But I'm going to give it to you anyway, because I read it and found value in it. And I believe that other people could read it and find value in it. Now, I want to put a disclosure here. You must discern for yourself what's real and what's not real. But in this book called Conversations with God, written by Neil Donald Walsh, the gentleman who wrote this book had a series of unfortunate events that led him to some frustration. And in his frustrations, he wrote out all of his grievances. He took it out on God, blamed God for all the stuff. Said, why God, why me, why? And he wrote all that stuff out because he's a writer. Now, once he got done complaining and releasing all of his grievances out into the universe, he went to put his pen down. And as he went to put his pen down, he ended up writing these words instead. He wrote these words, said, do you really want to know the answers, or are you just venting? And being an artist and a writer, he thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to flow with this. And he ended up writing what he believes to be an authentic and real conversation between him and God, the God of the universe, the God of everything. And in this story, there are some incredibly controversial points and in some incredibly profound revelations. I mean, in this book, he talks about bad things. He asks God, well, if there's a God, then why do bad things happen to good people? Why do people lose their children? Why do young kids that never got a chance at life, why do they die? And God responds to him in a very unique way. When I say God responds, I say his character of God in the book. I don't know if it's a conversation between him and God or not. I wasn't there. But in the book, his character of God responds and says, you're going to have a hard time understanding this, but I want to start here. Hitler went to heaven. Hitler, who was known to be the cause and the initial spark and force behind killing millions of people, this book says Hitler went to heaven. And it continues to explain that all things that happen on this planet can be looked at as good or as bad. That they can be, depending on your perspective and your experiences, interpreted in different ways. And see, the book gets far beyond my comprehension in some levels. It's such a high level book at some points. But the overall message of the book is this: all things, all people exist as a part of a massive symphony that brings harmony into human existence. There is no light without dark. There is no good without evil. There is no wrong and no right. There is only doing and not doing. Everything simply must be in order for you and I to be me. Otherwise, there would only be us. I'm going to say that for you one more time, really slow, in case you weren't paying attention. There is no light without dark, no good without evil, no wrong and no right, only doing and not doing. Everything simply must be in order for you and I to be me. Otherwise, there would only be us. You know, there's a movie called Madagascar, and in that movie, the main characters are a lion and a zebra and a giraffe and a hippo. And I got 8 kids, so I can always refer to movies, right? And in part of that movie, the zebras, they go to Africa, and the lion, I don't remember their names right now, but he can't recognize his friend who's a zebra because he's running with a bunch of other zebras. And when all these zebras look the same and walk the same and talk the same, they do everything exactly the same, there's absolutely no growth. There's no individual growth within a pack of same. It simply doesn't work that way. And so for you, if you're only hanging with those that look the same, think the same, and believe the same as you, then ultimately there's no evolution and no growth for you as an individual. You see, growth is ultimately experienced through the love of others. There's musicians that you might love that influence you through their music. There's mentors that you might love that influence you through their leadership qualities. There's parents or maybe a family member that you love that ultimately influences you through their actions that you ultimately admire. You see, it is the differences between us that ultimately can unite us. So I want you to take the time to love and appreciate the humans that are different than you. That's where you'll find your growth. Listen, friends, we are evolving. We are evolving as a species. We're evolving in technology. We're evolving in our businesses. We're evolving in our relationships. We are continuing to evolve by experiencing both light and dark, the good with the bad, right? We are evolving in this season, especially with COVID. It is really like sped up the evolutionary process. We've all had to move and shift and shake. And my gosh, when we first shifted, it was crazy, right? Everything spilled out. All of the division poured out. The division in politics, the division between races, the division between belief systems, the division between masks and no masks, the division between is it real, is it not real, right? It all poured out because we were literally living this existence where we were doing everything in our power to stay in our own little circles with the people that believe in us. Even the algorithms, the AI systems of Facebook and Instagram and some of the other social media platforms were only feeding us that which we already believed. There was no sense of absolute fact and truth. Your truth and my truths were completely different because of what we were seeing in our streams every single day based on our actions. We chose to be around only those that think, look, talk, and walk like us. And because of that choice, we created an incredibly divided world. But I see and I hear and I listen and I see it shifting and I see us evolving. The world is getting smaller. We're getting connected in new ways on new platforms, ways we've never been able to connect before. And as I watch it happen, as I watch us come together in this huge menagerie, this huge hodgepodge, this beautiful symphony of uniqueness and individuals, I see the growth, and it's happening all around us. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I see it and I feel it. And now is the time that I believe that we can come together. We can actually unite despite our differences. And the way we do that is through love. Love one another. Not judge one another. Love one another. That's it. That's all I got to say to you today. Hey, if you need more videos like this. Oh boy, I'm gonna hear it on this one.
Wake up.
Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. All right, you can go to GlennLundy.com if you want some more. If you want to shoot me a message or whatever, shoot me a message about how you feel about today. I love getting feedback. If you want to go hang out with us over on Clubhouse, incredible interviews today. We'll discuss this further. We'll open it up for Q&A. I'm all about feedback, man. I'm all about feedback. I want to hear different opinions. I want people to come to me and say, yo, Glenn, here's my perspective on that. I know that that's where my growth comes from. So come hang out with me over on Clubhouse if you want. But if you want more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. We got 809 of them up there. But ultimately, thanks for sharing this space and time with me. It means the world to me. So go out there, have an amazing day today. And we'll be back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have a great day. I stinking love you, friend. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. Have a good one.
Hashtag blessed, write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum, I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it, ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals, I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world, it's so alarming. I hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and